You guys, I am 80% of the way done with my book, which feels so exciting and so scary at the same time. This is the part of the book where honestly, the finale is really intimidating, and I'm worried about where I need to go next and that I'm not going to wrap it up like very clear. So today I'm spending some time just writing and then some very needed bookstore therapy with my girl Emily. We're going to bop all around Brooklyn and visit a ton of different bookstores. Hi, if you're new, I'm Kayla. I'm writing my memoir turned young adult dystopian fantasy, and I am at 42,000 words. Following Beat the Cat in the beat sheet, I am just finishing up and getting to the last 20% of the book where the finale is coming. And I am starting to just like feel kind of the weight of writing. When I first began this journey, it just felt like so fun and just so open and so big. Like the very first pages to me just felt like exploring and growing and going. And now that it's almost over, I'm starting to get these ideas and feelings that maybe don't feel like doubts, but more because I know the book is going to be fantastic. Like I have no doubt that the book is going to be incredible and people are going to love it. But now all of a sudden I'm getting these feelings like it's going to take a lot of work to get there. Like I'm going to have to I just feel like this first draft is going to be great. I'm going to be so excited to finish it. But then I'm going to go back through and I like have this fear that I'm going to read the first draft and it's going to be like, "Oh my God, I have to change everything or I have to highlight this or do this." I feel like the first draft is barely just like the tip of the iceberg and then all of the rest of the work is under. And for some reason, that's felt a little heavy. And honestly, just telling you right now has kind of lightened that a little bit because it kind of made me think, saying it out loud finally, that, oh, well, yeah, that's part of the process. The first draft is just part of the process. And this isn't just a first draft. This is the first draft of my first book. So of course there's going to be changes. And then when I go to write the second book in the duology, that it's, then I'll understand like the different things that I'm cleaning up. And I just feel like I need to, in this moment, realizing really respect that this is my first go at this. And honestly, if I can toot my own horn, it's already really fantastic. But today I want to just do some writing because if you've been around the channel, if you've been watching with this project, which I'm titling Almost Judy, I was doing so great at being consistent, writing every single week. And then I, like literally about a month ago, I missed a week of writing. And then getting back into writing was a little bit chaotic. And then I got some in with my job. I got a few new clients. I am a business owner. I have my own business. I'm a curriculum consultant and framework strategist, as well as like a coaching and learning expert. So I help a lot of people with their education, coaching, people development of what they do as people leaders or in their businesses. And I've gotten so many new projects. And so I've also been really excited to do those. So it's also been hard to make time for writing. So in the last month is probably the least that I've written. And I took a week off for my birthday last week, which was super fun. Did a lot of book nerdy things, did a lot of like culinary adventures around New York, spent a lot of time with friends, which was super, super great. And it's time to get back to it. It's time to just like renew my sense of writing and getting this book done. And honestly, like I said, just sharing that with you, I can feel it in my stomach. I'm really, really excited about it. So I've already this morning, I went to the gym, I got my workout in. And I like to watch Brielle Wrights, hearing her talk about writing already like gets me amped up and ready and in my like vibe. And then I know that this afternoon I'm going to do something really, really fun and very bookish and go to a handful of bookshops in Brooklyn. But my friend who made, I don't know if you can see it, this art here. Oh my goodness, she's so freaking talented. And just to announce this, she's going to be the person doing the book cover art for my book. Oh, I cannot wait. But I'm going to go and be her spokesperson and make all these bookstores in Brooklyn like sell her art. Any bookstore that's selling fantasy or anything like that, they should be selling the art that she has because it's beautiful. And I think everybody needs to have it in their house framed just like I do. So that's the plan for today. So without further ado, let's get into adding more words to this book. Let's get through. I'm not going to write the whole finale today. Like that's 20% of my book. That's lots and lots of words, but we're going to get 500, 1,000 more words. We're going to make our way to it. We're going to get clarity. We're going to figure it out. We're going to have no fear that it's going to come together, and it's going to come together the way it needs to, perfectly, smoothly, for the first draft. That was literally amazing. I am so excited about what I just wrote. I feel so drastically different from before I did this, where I was feeling scared, where I was feeling heavy. And what I basically did is I went back, I read my last chapter, and the part of the book that I was finishing up was the Dark Night of the Soul. So that's what comes in Save the Cat. That's what comes right before the finale. It becomes the Dark Night of the Soul, and that's where she is seeing that she needs to change, do these things, and then break into 3, where she realizes that B story and what is the lesson she's supposed to be learning all along. And then from there, I wrote all of that, and it just felt like it was just coming together. Like the places I had her going, the people I had her talking to, just made the revelation of what she truly needed to take control of just so smoothly appear. And it felt so good to write that. Then after that comes the actual finale, the part that I was nervous about. And I think because I got through that Dark Night of the Soul, that it seems so much more clear than what the finale should be. And that's one of the things that I thought has been really awesome. I have plotted this, I've planned this ahead of time, and I know a lot of it because it's my memoir. A lot of it is based on real true things. But it's the piecing them together. I have taken that artistic liberty to rearrange some of the things that have happened in my life so that it can be more of a cohesive, dramatic story versus just story of your life that just goes on and on and on, right? But with the 5-point way that the finale goes, I'm like, oh, I get it. So then I read the excerpt in here about the finale, and like I normally do, I read in here and then I write out my ideas about the finale. So I have that all planned. And then I read ahead to what the final image would be, which came to me so much. So what I did today is I finished out the Dark Night of the Soul. I did break into 3. I prepared the finale, but I wrote a very quick first draft of the final image. And it literally makes my eyes wet to think about this journey that my character has gone through, and to see where she was in the beginning and see how this book wraps up. And I just want to hold her and hug her and celebrate her so much. And I am so excited. I wrote about 2,500 words, maybe a little bit more. And some of it was just skeletal because the final image will definitely be hashed out more. I think some of the parts that I wrote in the back half of, or the last part of the Dark Night of the Soul, I'm oh, I can already see where I want to be more descriptive, but I think I'm at a good stopping point for today. And I think my brain could maybe go a teensy bit longer. Y'all know, if you've been here, that I like to stop before my brain gets stale because that just feels bad. But I do have to meet my friend in an hour to go bop around Brooklyn to go to these bookstores. And I'm going to take you with so you can see all of these bookstores, so you know when you're in Brooklyn where you should go. But I'm really, really excited. And I really think the next time I write, my first draft will be done. Wow. So let's have some lunch and then let's get ready to leave the house. On my way to meet my friend, we're going to take the train down into Brooklyn to hit up, I think there's 4 bookstores on our list. So you're coming with us. Oh, I'm so amped. I keep telling anybody I can. I'm so amped about the progress that I made on my book, night and day about how I felt beforehand. Ooh, and it's just like, the highlight of my week now. How did that feel?
It felt nerve-wracking, but good.
I feel like that was a success.
It was.
Yeah.
High five.
1 down, 3 to go. If my book someday was on a staff pick wall, like how cool would that be?
Scale 1 to 10. 3.
Let's do another one.
Wait, I only do one for you.
Oh. Her eyes, she's kind of beautiful and mysterious. There's some detail. Firebird. 6.
6.
What do you think?
I think that's a solid one. I like the glow of it.
Yeah, like the sheen.
I think I'm not a huge fan of people being on the cover.
There's like effort
But
there.
she's at least like, it's like artistic. I was gonna go too. But yeah, honestly, I could. Once you get below like 3 or 4, it's like they're
Wait, but look at this cat.
10 stars just for the cat.
10 stars for the cat.
The spell shop. Oh, I think I've heard of that before. It looks cute.
It looks like something I would never read, but it's adorable.
Yeah.
Little Snow
Okay,
White.
let's do these ones with people.
I'm only gonna give it a 2 for effort. Like this one doesn't even have like effort. This one looks like a Canva graphic that somebody like, and then
So like actually AI can.
it's very overdone.
I've heard of this series. It's called Ice Blade.
And my beautiful day. Okay, how was the ripped bodice?
It was great. I feel like they were the most welcoming, and I'm not surprised by that.
Are they gonna take your art?
They are, well, they said they would. I have to email the actual owner of the shop to make sure, but they seemed very open to the idea. So.
They loved it. You showed them your prints and they were like, oh my God, I want this one. This would sell. They even recognized the scenes.
Yes, they did. They did. Well, most of them, yes. I'm excited.
More success. Ah.